is popping, y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today it is Christmas time. It is almost my birthday. I am on a 2-week holiday from work, so I've been able to get a lot more stuff watched, a lot more stuff done, and I have recently watched John Wick Chapter 4, and I've seen John Wick Chapter 2, Chapter 1, Chapter 3. I said that all in wrong order, don't worry about it, but I have finally got around to watching Chapter 4. It has been on my watch list since it came out. I genuinely wanted to go to the cinemas and watch it. Me and Devon wanted to go, however, Lolita voted against it, so we never actually went to go see it, and we watched nothing, because there was nothing really good on. We just ended up leaving the cinema and going for something to eat instead. So yeah, we couldn't agree on a film, so we went and watched food being cooked. So I finally got around to watching it. It is on Amazon Prime. I've been told by loads of other people that it is really good, so it's on Amazon Prime now. Go watch it if you have Amazon Prime. So let's get into it. It basically, with the price on his head ever increasing, legendary hitman John Wick takes his fight against the High Table Global as he seeks out the most powerful players in the underworld, from New York to Paris to Japan to Berlin. So there is not much that really happens in this film, however, a lot shit happens, if that makes sense. So basically, the quick run of the story is John Wick is hiding underground, and he's going to kill the High Table. He goes to the desert, kills a member of the High Table, goes to hide out in Japan. Then the Japan Continental gets attacked, and John flees after successfully battling it out there and reaching his arch nemesis, this blind man, which used to be his friend, but is now hunting him down. John Wick manages to escape with the help of Nobody, who has a dog, which John obviously has a soft spot for. At the end of Chapter 3, John Wick did have the help of the New York Continental, and they're being punished for it. The sort of doorman gets killed, I believe I don't remember what he was, like the receptionist gets killed, and the New York Continental gets blown up by the Frenchmen. Right, so John Wick then finds out about this, and starts getting ready to challenge the French guy for a duel. So he goes to his old family, asking to be put back in, and they say, no, you left us, you fucked us, so you need to do something for us. You gotta go kill this guy, and then we'll let you back in the family. So he goes to see this Russian man, and in this dance club, I'm gonna call it, and we have the blind man here again, and Nobody coming back, and they all want to kill John Wick. John Wick ends up escaping the blind man and Nobody, but killing the Russian man, stealing his tooth and taking it back to his family, getting the signet engraved into his arm, and now he's ready. He has a family that's going to back him, and now he can go and fight and duel the Frenchman. The Frenchman then hires Nobody to go and hunt John Wick down at a very high price. He also has the blind man hunting him down. We also have John Wick going back to the manager of the New York Continental and his friend from the beginning of the film, which gives him a new suit and new guns. Then he goes to meet the Frenchman. They create a deal, they create sort of bargain. They're going to meet at sunrise, and duel it out. John Wick then has the biggest bounty ever put on his head, and he has to survive till sunrise and also get to this church. He succeeds, killing so many people in the process. He actually gets helped by the blind man and Nobody in the end, who were trying to hunt him down and kill him this entire time. They decide to turn around and help him in the end. The blind man is then the French person stand-in to do the duel, and John Wick shoots once, John Wick shoots twice, blind man shoots one, blind man shoots twice, blind man shoots 3 times. Then the Frenchman steps in to shoot John Wick and take the final shot. However, John Wick never shot, so he shoots the Frenchman in the head, releasing the manager of the New York Continental to get his Continental back, releasing the blind man from his sort of duties from the High Table and his daughter, and releasing himself from the duties of the High Table. He then falls down the steps and dies, and then he gets a gravestone next to his wife, and his friends sort of enjoy his memory. That is it. That is all that happens story-wise. Keanu Reeves only has 18 lines of dialogue, and most of them are just, yeah, okay, I need guns. Just some very basic sort of lines for him to say. Nothing too exceptional, nothing too groundbreaking, just very basic lines. But it's Keanu Reeves. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants to watch this. I enjoyed this film, not gonna lie. It is a really good film. I loved all the action. Some of the action felt very comedic, if that makes sense. John Wick fighting with nunchucks was not something I expected to see. And there is some points when they were fighting where they would stop and question what they're doing. Like, he was fighting with a random weapon, and he stopped, looked at it, looked at the bad guy, and then continued fighting with him. It felt very comedic, and the sort of choreography is like dancing for fight scenes in movies. So he had to learn a load of different fight moves and to hit them on point, but without actually hitting them, like, obviously, because it's acting, it's not actually beating the living shit out of someone. It is very hard work, and it did look real, and it was really good. I was very thoroughly impressed with all of this. It was very cool and very interesting. However, it felt very bland, felt very dry. I could just turn my brain off to it. It was just mindless violence. And sometimes those are good movies, and this is the time where it is very good. I was able to turn off my brain, watch it, and have a good time. Movies don't need to be exciting all the time. They don't need to be exceptional. I did enjoy all of this movie. It was a very good movie. I just turned my brain off and watched some mindless violence, and I was definitely hoping John Wick would win. I was hoping John Wick had like a special backup plan, and he did. He always does. He is so exceptionally smart. They don't call him the best assassin for nothing. They don't call him Baba Yaga for nothing. He's recently come back into the Fortnite item shop with 2 new styles as well, which I think is really cool, which follow this movie. And yeah, it's just a load of action. The action and the CGI and the sort of makeup artists, the blood work and the stunt doubles are all incredible. They're all so talented and they all looked so real and they did it so well. It was super impressive, all the shit that they did for this film. The story was okay. It wasn't anything exciting. It wasn't anything too spectacular compared to John Wick 2, 3, and 1. But it was still cool. I still did enjoy it. There was a lot of cool sort of sentimental scenes with the dog. I was rooting for that dog the entire time. I was hoping that it didn't die, and it had some really good moments of biting people's balls and asses. It was a very strange dog, not gonna lie. It did like the balls quite a lot. But I just wish John Wick spoke more. It just didn't feel like a John Wick movie. Everyone else had loads more lines than him. He was just there being like, yeah, let's do this. John Wick. The Baba Yaga. He was just very sort of not there. Yeah, if that makes sense. He's the main character and everyone hates him. Everyone wanted to kill him, so he wasn't really talking that much. And I do understand, like, I don't know where I would have added more voice lines for him either. I don't know where I would have put in more sort of lines of script for him. It did feel like you were at a loss for words for most of it for him, but I don't know. It is still a good film. There isn't much else to talk about, though. Not a lot happened. Like I said, it is a very sort of... The plot points are very small. The action sequences were very long, so it felt like a lot happened. But when you actually come down to it and look at the plot points, like break the movie down, look at what actually happened, not a lot really happened in the space of like 2 hours. I did watch this all in one go, as you should do with movies. But I was sort of walking around, swapping rooms and sort of cleaning at the same time, which, again, I did miss some of the action sequences. It is more of a movie you have to watch than listen to because of the lack of voice lines and the lack of speaking and communication. It is definitely more of a watch movie than a sort of passing scroll movie. Like, you couldn't listen to this and watch Subway Surfers. No. You physically have to watch all of this because the action sequences are very intense. I feel like the John Wick chapters follow a same sort of storyline or like a same sort of plot point sequence where John Wick goes and kills someone, he goes and kills someone else, and then he has a massive bounty put on him, and he has to fight through that to get to the final person. It feels like that's how all the John Wick chapters go, and yeah, fair enough. It is mindless violence, it is an assassin, it is like a hitman sort of organization, he is trying to get out of it, and he has finally won his way out of it. And Keanu Reeves actually asked for John Wick to die in this one. However, John Wick 5 is already in the process of being made. So who knows what's going to happen. Maybe Keanu will come back, maybe he won't, but I think he's done with John Wick now. I have the John Wick hair. I love the John Wick hair. It is just so incredible. He has some luscious locks. But yeah, I'm going to give this movie a solid like a 6 out of 10. Again, it is a very middle ground movie. Nothing too exciting. I didn't have too much hype or too much hope for this movie, so I didn't get disappointed too much. It is just an okay movie to sort of turn your mind off and watch, especially at this holiday Christmas time when I watched it. It is a very bloodthirsty movie. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.